King Charles and Queen Camilla commemorate their 20th wedding anniversary. The royal couple celebrated the major milestone with a few sweet photos and hidden love messages. We're heading across the pond to kick off this week's Royals recap with Queen Camilla reminiscing on her bridal days. Camilla got all dolled up for their professional pics, wearing a dress by her wedding gown designer, Anna Valentine, who created her wedding day looks 2 decades ago. While Charles wore his own sentimental piece, a blue pinstripe suit and tie similar to the one he wore on his wedding day. As for the king's son, Prince William, he was out with his own son, Prince George, cheering on his reportedly favorite English soccer team, Aston Villa, in their match against Paris Saint-Germain. You could see how excited the royals were. They were laughing, pumping their fists, and screaming alongside other fans in the packed stadium in Paris for the Champions League quarterfinals. Unfortunately, the game ended with PSG defeating Aston Villa 3-1. Now on to Virginia Giuffre, the woman who accused Prince Andrew of sexual assault. She claimed she had 4 days to live. However, after 6 days, the mom of 3 was released from the hospital. Just last week, Virginia shocked the internet when she claimed on Instagram that she was given a few days to live after being hit by a bus, saying that she had gone into kidney renal failure. Back in 2021, Virginia sued Prince Andrew for sexual assault, claiming he allegedly raped her when she was a teenager as part of the late Jeffrey Epstein's sex traffic ring. She and the Duke of York settled the case out of court the following year, with Andrew denying any wrongdoing. Speaking of hospitals, Prince Harry learned that his father, King Charles III, was in the hospital for side effects from his cancer treatment, just like the rest of us, on the news. The Sun's royal editor, Matt Wilkinson, spoke out about it on an episode of a Right Royal podcast.
They found out through us.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Harry found out through, I don't know how he gets the news, or there's a news alert on his phone or something like that, but he found out through the news, not by Buckingham Palace ringing him or his team up to explain that their father had been taken to hospital and was having a day off.
On the topic of Prince Harry, he made a rare appearance in court where his attorney argued that he was treated unfairly when he was stripped of his British security detail after he stepped down from his role as a working senior member of the royal family in 2020. A high court judge ruled last year that a government panel's decision to provide bespoke security for the Duke of Sussex on an as-needed basis was not unlawful, irrational, or unjustified. Meanwhile, Prince Harry's bodyguards had to jump into action and quickly escort him out of London's High Court after an agitated supporter suddenly shouted at him, and according to the Daily Mail, she yelled, "I support you, Prince Harry." The woman was within touching distance, which is what prompted his security team to shield him and whisk him out. Before she was escorted out, the woman reportedly turned to the media and said, "If you're members of the press, you're the reason he's not in England." Let's switch gears now to his wife, Meghan Markle, whose lifestyle company, As Ever, was forced to apologize after they were unable to fulfill customers' orders. The Duchess of Sussex released her highly anticipated line of products, which included jam, teas, crepe mix, flour sprinkles, and other items that ended up selling out in less than an hour. Some unlucky shoppers purchased her limited edition honey when it was unfortunately already out of stock, so they were told they would be getting a refund. An email was released from the company, which also included a personal message from Meghan herself saying in part, "I was so sorry to hear about what happened with your order, and that due to overselling, we are not able to get you the limited edition honey. Please know the team worked very hard in every department and felt just as sad when we learned what had happened." Despite selling out, Meghan doesn't seem to believe tariffs will take a toll on her business. The Duchess of Sussex doesn't anticipate being directly affected by President Trump's recent tariff because her brand As Ever makes all products in the United States at the moment. However, the Suits alum admitted to Fortune that she is looking at the larger context of how this is going to affect the consumer day to day, and gushed about how grateful she is to be selling accessible items that look more prestige but are more accessible and affordable. Something else Meghan did this week was launch her brand new podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder, and revealed that she and her first guest, Bumble creator Whitney Wolfe Herd, both had postpartum preeclampsia.
And you're still trying to juggle all of these things, and the world doesn't know what's happening quietly. And in the quiet, you're still trying to show up for people. And in the quiet, you're still just trying to show up mostly for your children.
Yeah.
But those things are huge medical scares.
Meghan also addressed the brutalizing bullying she's experienced, which Whitney brought up while discussing the backlash she faced after launching Bumble.
No, but I do think there is so much to be said for your ability to exist even in the presence of that. Like, that takes a very strong cookie.
1 month after going viral for telling Mindy Kaling she goes by Sussex now, Meghan seems to have ditched her last name and used only her first name to introduce herself to listeners.
I'm Meghan, and this is Confessions of a Female Founder.
Meghan also decided to put her money where her mouth is, and according to Fortune, she invested in a women's health startup called Midi Health. It gives a virtual platform to those over the age of 35 who are experiencing menopause-related symptoms, and it follows the lead of celebrities including Amy Schumer and Connie Britton, who previously participated in a $63 million funding round that brought its total to $103 million. And to wrap up the week, Meghan stepped out for a fun night in New York City while Prince Harry is across the pond. The Duchess of Sussex grabbed a bite to eat with a few friends at the Polo Bar before catching Gypsy on Broadway. Page 6 asked 4 people at the show if they saw her, but no one even knew she was there. A true incognito New York City moment. And there you have it, all of the news you may have missed on this week's Royals Recap.